So, today we will learn about some very important data structures and concepts in Python. Today our topic is strings. Strings are one of the most commonly used data types in programming because almost every application works with text. Whenever we enter our name, password, message, URL, or any textual information, we are working with strings. In this lecture, we will understand what strings are, how strings work internally, accessing string characters, finding length, traversing strings, string slicing, comparing strings, searching inside strings, counting characters. So let's start with the basics. What are strings? A string is a sequence of characters. Characters can include letters, numbers, symbols, spaces. For example, Python. Python is a string. It contains 6 characters Python. Similarly, Hello World is also a string because it contains letters and a space. In Python, strings are written inside quotes. We can use single quotes and double quotes. Okay, so why are strings important? Strings are important because almost every real world program uses text, user information. When we store usernames or names, we use strings. Example, username is equal to Rahul. Okay, so real world examples, usernames, URLs. URLs are web addresses are stored as strings. Example like https colon slash slash example.com. And JSON data. Many applications exchange information in JSON format. The keys and text values inside JSON are represented using strings. Log messages. Software systems generate messages that are stored as text. Example, login successful. Natural language text. Application involving documents, chat systems, and text processing work heavily with strings. So understanding string is very important. So first you guys read this, what are strings, why important, then I'll cover the next part. Now let's understand an important concept. Strings are compound data types. A compound data type means a data type that contains multiple smaller elements. A string is a collection of characters arranged in order. For example, text is equal to Python. We can imagine it like Python, Python. Each character has a position. This position is called an index. Okay. So string indexing, just wait. Okay, string indexing. Indexing means accessing individual characters using their position. Python uses zero-based indexing. This means the first character, like P, has index 0. Let's take text is equal to Python. The indexing will be character. Here you can see positive index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so if we'll write, so text square bracket will write 0, that will give us P. Okay, and if we write text 3, then it will give us H. Okay, so negative indexing. Okay, so here Python also supports negative indexing. Negative indexing starts from the end of the string. Okay, from n. For example, you can see here negative indexes are, so n will be minus 1. The last character always have an index minus 1. Okay, so if we write text minus 1 in square bracket, so it will return us n. This is useful when we want to access characters from the end. So in negative, you can see this one, we will start from the end. It will be minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6. So this is negative indexing. Okay, so have a look on this. Okay, so let's take another example, accessing string elements. Okay, so name is equal to Alice. If we write name 0, Python returns A because A is at position 0. If we write name minus 1, then it will return us E because E is the last character. Okay, so index error. Just wait. Okay, so index error. We need to be careful while accessing indexes. Suppose name is equal to Alice. The length of the string is 5. Indexes are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. If we write name 10, Python will generate an error. The error is index error because the position does not exist. So before accessing indexes, we should know the length of the string. Okay, so have a look. To find the number of characters in a string, we use length. Okay, here you can see. Uh, use length to count characters, spaces, punctuation, and new line characters are included. Okay, to find the number of the string, characters of a string, we use length function. Example, length of Python. So the answer will be 6 because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it is 6. Okay. And it also count spaces. Okay. Just see here hello. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the space will also be counted 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So the length of this string will be 11. Okay, and here, just wait. Okay, it's an empty string. Okay, so if we calculate, the output will be 0 here. Empty strings are useful when we want to store text that will be created later. Okay. Okay, so using length, just wait. Okay, using length with indexing. The length function is also useful when working with loops. Suppose we want to access every character, we should know how many characters exist. Using length helps us avoid index errors. Okay? Okay. Now let's understand string traversal. Traversal means visiting every element one by one. Since strings contain characters, we can traverse them character by character. The most common method is using a for loop. For example, for ch in Python, print ch. The output will be python Python. Understanding the loop. When the loop starts, first iteration ch is equal to p. Second iteration ch is equal to y. Third iteration ch is equal to t. The loop continues until all characters are processed. This method is useful when we want to count characters, search for specific characters, transform text. Wait. Okay. So traversing with index. Sometimes we need both character and position. For that, we can use indexes. For example, instead of only knowing the character, we may need to know where it exists. This PPT mentions using enumerate for processing with indexes. The idea is we can get both index and value together. Now let's learn slicing. But before that, I want you guys to revise all the things whichever we have learned till now. Okay, so take your time, read each and everything because everything is important. You can't forget the previous one. Okay, so just have a look in this PPT and just tell me if you guys have any idea about this, what we are going to study. Now let's learn slicing. Slicing means extracting a part of a string. The syntax is string start stop step. There are three parts: start, stop, and step. Start and stop. Okay, so start tells Python where to begin. Start tells Python where to begin. Stop tells, where is the cursor? Okay. Stop tells Python where to end. Important point. The stop index is not included. Example, text is equal to Python, text 0 colon 3. So index is selected 0, 1, 0, 1, 2. Okay. So characters will be PYT. The character at index 3 is not included. Okay, so omitting start and stop. Python allows us to skip start or stop. Example, here you can see text colon 4. Okay, means starting from the beginning until index 3. So the output will be pyth. Okay, one more example, text 2 colon. Okay, so here what happens, it start from index 2 and until and end until the end. Okay, so it will print thon. Step in slicing. Step controls how many positions we move. Example, just you can see the last example, text colon colon minus 1 means takes every character. Okay, here you can see, but in a reversed way. Okay, it is a reversed string. A very common slicing technique is string reversing. So this is the example. Here step is minus 1. Negative step means move backwards. So here is the output, you guys can see. This is one of the simplest way to reverse a string in Python. Okay, so safe slicing. One advantage of slicing is if the range is larger than the string length, Python does not give an error. It safely adjusts the range. Like example, I'm telling you guys, for example, text square bracket 0 colon 100. Python simply returns available characters. Okay, just wait. Okay, so string comparison. Python allows us to compare strings. We can use this comparison operators. Equality comparison. So this is equality comparison. This is not equal to, this is greater than, this is lesser than. Okay, so for example, here you can see apple is equal to apple. It's true. So that's the reason it has printed true, because both strings are exactly the same. Okay, just wait. Okay, so just wait. Okay, first you guys have a look over here. Now let's understand how to search inside strings. Python provide find function, okay? So it searches for a substring inside a string. For example, you guys can see here python dot find th. So it will tell us hashtag 2. It will give us output 2 because th starts at from index 2. So that's the reason the output will be 2. If text is not found, like here you can see the second example, here it is written find z, but in hello you guys know there is no z, है ना? So the value -1, so the output will be -1, okay, because the value -1 means the substring does not exist, okay. So finding first occurrence. If a substring appears multiple times, find returns the first occurrence. For example, you guys can see here banana find Anna. Okay, just wait. Okay, here. So the output will be 1 because the first A, okay, Anna, start at index 1, 0, 1. That's the reason its output is 1, okay. And in Python also, the question was find th. So 0, 1, 2. So that's the reason the output is 2. So like this you guys can know. Okay, so now let's combine traversal and conditions. Suppose we want to count vowels in a sentence. Okay, so here's the example. Text is equal to programming in Python. Okay, so first we create vowels is equal to a e i o u. Then we check every character. If the character exists inside vowels, we increase the count. Okay, is the code you guys can have idea. Okay, we can also convert the string to lowercase so that the uppercase and lowercase vowels are handled together. Okay, so the logic is take one character, check is it vowel. If yes, increase count. Continue until the string ends. This type of logic is used in text analysis, searching, data processing. Okay, so I'll give you some practice questions. Okay, just wait. Okay, so here are the practice questions. So now let's discuss some practice questions. So number one question is reverse a string. So write a function that that takes a string and returns its reverse. Okay, so you guys have to do it by yourself. Okay, you just have to use slicing and you'll get the answer. And number two, count vowels. Create a program that counts vowels in both uppercase and lowercase text. Okay, so do it by yourself. Number three, check palindrome. A palindrome is a string that remains the same when reversed. Okay, like for example, madam. Okay, if we reverse it, you will then also you will get madam only. Okay, level. For example, the program should return true or false. Okay, and number four question, character frequency. You have to count how many times each character appears. For example, hello. So H will be 1, E will be 1, L will be 2, O will be 1. This can be done using a dictionary. Okay. So in today's lecture, we learned what the strings are, why strings are important, strings as sequences, indexing, negative indexing, length calculation, traversing, strings, slicing, string comparison, searching using find, counting characters. Strings are the foundation of text processing in Python. In the next part, we will learn about another important data structure, list, where we will understand mutable collections and different operations on them.